Welcoming you back to crypto's juiciest news, baby dolls. Welcome to the month of June. We do continue our move into June. What's happened in the month of June? Absolutely nothing. Bitcoin, $105,000, starting to slightly grind up on the lower time frames. Nothing really to start yelling about. This is the 8-hour time frame chart. Just here to poke it here for you. We're starting to thrust up here. I'll just put it up to a daily just so you get a better idea of what's going on. So see this chart, we're just trying to move up here, maybe bouncy. You never know, might be doing this and before we're ready to go. That might happen, but it could also be the end. That's what everyone's been talking about. My friend Sam in the Telegram and everyone else out here, friends, it's kind of funny. Everyone's talking about all the M-shape posts you're seeing all over cryptocurrency land. I'll show you what everyone's talking about this. So the FUD on Twitter is everyone saying, well, you see how this did like an M? They're saying, well, this is now forming the M and it's all over. You know, and I like that. You should like that too. You all know, like I'm kind of scared, friends, how actually intelligent and skilled I've actually been making everybody in my Telegram. I just didn't like it. It shouldn't theoretically be possible when this content is free. Yes, it's the highest value content in crypto, but it's free and none of this is like hitting dopamine in terms of like, oh, we did this little trade, we scalped today, which is fun and nice. That's why I just like doing it. I need some dopamine. But yeah, you wouldn't think this would be possible. But that means if you have found me, you have rejected soy, you have rejected being a pencil neck noodle arm who skips leg day, paints his own fingernails. You've rejected that stuff because you know, bro, like you've spent most of your life. You know, man. What happens when you keep chasing dopamine? It's really, really good, and you know you hit a point. Either some people learn fast, but you know once you've definitely hit like the 10-year mark, you know some people you're lucky you get to start when you're like 17, 18 in markets when you're really lucky. Yeah, you go through these little plights, these little journeys, right? There's actually friends, young kids as well. There are some of you guys, you know, maybe 18 to 20. You will do well in this cycle. The thing though is you have not been tested with your nipples. So you are going to try tweak your own nipples after you make money and you're going to try hunt more dopamine stuff. You know, I guarantee it. I did it. Everyone does it. You know, you always do it because maybe the person who was your mentor, maybe a lot of people consider me their mentor. Obviously, like you listen to me all the time. I'm giving you highest value content in crypto. When you go down that route, what ends up happening is you basically like a long period of time passes, maybe like, you know, 1 year, 2 year, 3 years since you like made a win, right? Hopefully this cycle. And then maybe you come back and you find my stuff and you're like, oh, how's Sommy thinking about stuff? And then you'll be like, oh, he's totally disconnected. He's lost it. Doesn't work anymore, right? It's like, it's a new game now. That's the test. Okay, that's the real test, friends. You know, when I was trading in markets, okay, like at a firm full-time, when I was doing actually full-time, now I'm just doing it part-time, just for fun, right? But when I was trading and doing it full-time, the trap that most people go to is they'll try to like seek out, hey, who makes the most money? Okay, oh, that guy made like, you know, 1.8 million or whatever. Like they're amazing. They're making 100 grand a month. They're killing it, you know? So you go seek that person out and then you spin your wheels. Like you think they're going to teach you something. They don't. They might drop nuggets, but it doesn't really mean anything. It doesn't mean anything because they don't tell you what they're doing. They're like, oh, they'll say like, oh, sometimes you just got to learn to go with the trend. Sometimes you just have to learn when to not go with the trend. They just say vague. Most people just say, they'll never tell you anything. They won't tell you anything. Okay. 99% of the time. And if they did tell you something, you don't know how to apply it anyway, right? It's kind of like, hey, if I taught you how to swear in some like ancient Greek language, yeah, you might know a few words. You literally forget about it, you know, in 3 months. So you don't know how to apply the rest of the structure of the languages, right? So I want you to think about that. Everything I'm showing you in the context of us continuing to hold. So remember, I told you, yeah, the biggest mistake people will come when they're trading. Hey, who made the most? Who made the most? Who made the most? What I'll do, right? It's like almost investing. Hey, who made the most? And you're like, oh, the guy who made the most, they bought Ethereum ICO. They bought Bitcoin at $100. Okay, so what people will most of the time you just learn the wrong lesson. Okay, so the answer isn't, oh, therefore I should go all in Bitcoin right now, therefore I should go all in Ethereum, which are great investments compared to like everything else in stock world. But you get what I'm getting at, right? What you want to learn is how do they have the mindset to even be open to having it, you know. So some people think it was easy. Oh, just get in. No, that's not the hard part, bro. The hard part is okay, are you going to exit? You're up 10 times your money. You know, you've put in $3,000. Okay, you're literally up 10x. You got $30,000. Maybe you have some student debt. Maybe you have some, whatever it is. Like, do you exit or not? You've never seen anything like this before. You know, that's what you got to be learning. Why didn't they exit? You know, what did they believe in? Or what didn't they believe in? Did they just walk away? You know, that's the type of stuff you start seeking. Well, here's the thing, right? In trading as well, I realized going after the person like, oh, who makes the most? That was useless too. Okay, but it's a new person trap. The guy you want to be talking to is a guy who's been there for like 30 years, 20 years, because they have changed through every single condition. Now, what you actually find is those guys, they were never making the most, and they just like hang around part of the furniture. And it's probably what ends up happening. You end up finding is these people have good skill, but they just don't have like the deep balls, guts to really like size up and go for it and take on risk. Because what happens is you might get a bit of skill over time, but then you're getting older. You know, that's what ends up happening. And so people, you know, they might feel like they lose their edge, but they never really do lose like an edge. But they just, you know, they just keep hovering. They just like it. They enjoy it. That's the person you want to be talking to, right? So like that's why if you're young and you do well in this cycle, yes, you haven't been tested. You know, for everyone else, we know. Okay, like if you've been markets, when you hit that 10-year mark, like you basically your body, your brain, your soul learns like, hey, I just got to do everything not to get wiped out. I want to be around here for the future because you know there are some easy fat pitches, right? That's all Warren Buffett style stuff as well. You know what I mean? That's why Warren Buffett, he doesn't chase high yield stuff or anything out here. He buys what he's thinking is solid and fundamental and always going to compound in the future, which is kind of funny because now we're talking about it in the context of crypto, which he believed was going to zero the whole time. See what I mean? So it's not so easy, is it, right? So I'm taking Warren Buffett principles and I'm applying them. But if you speak to him, he'll be like, look at these young kids, they don't know what they're doing, you know? So, and by the way, you know, even in crypto on Warren Buffett, friends, we are not the first to even think about, oh, has he lost it, right? It's the tech guys. Do you know that? Like Jeremy Lafufu, Andre Geek, and all these guys, they like tech and NASDAQ stocks, right? And yeah, so Warren Buffett hasn't been outperforming the stock market since 2000, right? When he missed the whole NASDAQ bubble. He saw no value in it. He only got into Apple in like 2017 or 2016. Apple as well, you know? So think about it. Apple had been mooning for 12 years, you know, they made iPhone, iPad, all these, and he finally is like, you know what? You're part of the staple products of tech. 2016, you think about it, man. They've been running, like we had Amazon's 2001. So that's just giving you an idea of what happens over time. But then you might also say, hey, man, you know, the guy had like 30 billion by that point. Did he really give a crap? Well, that's the thing, man. Like hopefully, but that's the thing. You got to concentrate risk to get there. That's why some of the rules have to be bent. That's why we're looking at Bitcoin price here. I've got the fib, friends. This is the Fibonacci. Maybe we're destined for this 130K zone and everyone's going to say it's all over again. That's what I'm hoping happens. That's what everyone pretty much expects. But look, friends, honestly as well, there's some things in the universe, bro. Just something's up with this Bitcoin, man. That Bitcoin dominance, you know, friends, the Bitcoin conference, which I've been talking to you about, man, I'm very, 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 very scared. Something's topped out, man. Something. Okay, you don't get a Bitcoin conference, literally every single person. I showed you all those pictures. And I made like an urgent warning video as well. Warning, we must discuss Bitcoin conference. Like, how often do I talk like that, friends? You only seen me talk like that once. It was a Soylana girl's house. I don't do that, bro. I don't want to come out and make a red thumbnail. I want everything to keep pumping. And I'm just like, because I dwell on it. I dwell on it for like, you know, I see it and I'm like, I'm getting like I do get a visceral reaction in like my guts and my nuts. Just everything, something starts moving, something starts churning. And I'll just remind you again, this is a Soylana girl's house. This is that video. Soylana girls villa, warning, just like it was up here. Now I'm not saying, oh, let's be a hero and short. Don't look for shorts in a bull market, man. You'll get like, don't. Yeah, most people in all of these massive positional shorts who want to hold stuff for a month or two, you're gonna get wrecked. But yeah, I mean, isn't it concerning? I don't want to be up, bro. Like people, like Ivan, other people call me like permeable. They think I'm permeable, and I'm like, what do you mean permeable, bro? You understand? Like I'm seeing this sign when I'm waiting for Euphoria. Yeah, but that's what it is, friends. Even when you check out like remote viewers or psychic, psionic people with their pineal gland, I don't think I have any special ability. I don't think mine's different. Like I wasn't seeing ghosts and shit when I was a young kid. You know what I mean? Friends literally just playing the Game Boy all the time. You know what I mean? So I don't have any. Yeah, I don't see like ghosts. I'm like, oh, I can see. None of that. None of that. I'm literally just here. I'm literally grinding 18 hours a day. I'm basically like jamming and forcing my pineal gland in this game to freaking get bigger. I'm literally just training it every single day, skitzing out, trying to get this to basically work for us. You know, so if you put me in like, you know, put me, I guess, in a dentist field or you know, you put me in a one of the surgeon's room, you know, I'm not going to be able to fluke shot, you know, which nerve to cut. You know what I mean? So, but this is just, this is it, okay? But this is what we want to see, right? We don't want to see any of these other generic stuff where maybe people are gifted and things here and there, because it's markets, man. Because, you know, like a lot of people, you know, everyone's been saying that people who get destroyed the most because they're the ones who have the most grandiose thing. Like, oh, I'm the chosen one. I'm going to make it. Crack it on with some price action stuff, friends. So we've seen basically unchanged action, things slowly starting to grind up. We have the S&P 500 still grinding up towards its highs. I'll move off this super trend, this annoying super trend out here, and just put this on the daily. So S&P 500 still grinding along the highs. Very interesting, friends. I actually want to show you something. This is like really wild. So Donald Trump has shared something on Twitter. Okay, there's a video that he shared, and he shared this video. It says Joe Biden actually has been dead for 4 or 5 years, and they've cloned him. Okay, they said he was actually executed in 2020. Biden clones, doubles, and robotic engineered soulless, mindless entities. What you see. So, but I don't know if it's like figure of speech, but he actually reshared this. Right? Doxologist, this is a real repost by Donald Trump. So this is like, you know, people, that's why, oh man, here come the conspiracy stuff. Watch Inside Job on Netflix, bro. It's a cartoon that's been pretty much on point as of late. See, Trevor, normies can't comprehend this. Friends, I don't think it's a coincidence, man. In crypto, it doesn't matter if you're team red, team blue, like what you're born in, or even your religion. All of us, like, we ask too many questions pretty much in our head. We're like, I don't trust that, dude. That's bullshit. You know what I mean? Like we're always, that's what we are. We're skeptical. That's why we're in crypto, right? Because we, like, think about it. Like, it makes sense. Like, you're in crypto because the traditional fiat system, there's rigging going on. You're like, man, these guys are just making all the money. I can't get access to stuff. It's all like a boys club insider stuff. They're half of them reptilian dudes anyway. I just need to find a better system, and I can't save in their shitty currency, bro. And then everyone else is buying the same crappy assets. They're buying real estate, paying overpriced for them. They're buying stocks, paying overpriced for them. You know what I mean? So, and everything's just growing at like that 6 to 8% per year, which is what they're debasing. You know, and we're like, man, how am I meant to get ahead with that? That's 30 years of saving, bro, and you're only going to get a 2% premium per year on that. Literally take you 30 years to be like, oh well, there you go. That's what they want you to do, right? Hey, work for 30 years, and then you finally get to retire. So all of us are in crypto. That's why I went crypto, because we're like, most of it's just like, you know, kids. Even if you're in the 60s, like you got this youth at heart. Basically, like this pioneer entrepreneurial spirit. You're like, man, I'm just going for something else new. You know what I mean? And in crypto makes it easier. We got memes, you know, we dress up, we have fun, we play music, and we're like, hey, it's actually not that bad over here. You know, they're saying that that's why all the mainstream media, they're saying crypto is just a red ocean area and there's sharks everywhere. Like, dude, come check out some of these mermaids. You know what I mean? Like, Elon Musk's 15th kid's probably going to be with a mermaid chick. You know what I mean? It ain't so bad here. What do you mean? Like, and by the way, people are getting rich. And then people are like, no, it can't be real. Bro, it's actually more real than your traditional fiat money system money, because we can actually see it. To me, yeah, seeing is believing. Yeah, bro, we can actually see it on chain. This guy's freaking a billionaire. This guy made 10 million. This guy made 5 million. They just bought and held. It actually goes up, and there's DEXs, and there's real liquidity and all these other things, right? In that traditional fiat system, you know, there's a boys club. There are stock market pump and dumpers and all these. And yeah, there is a lot of value and stuff out here, but it's pricing you and me out as well. That's the thing, friends, because they've got an abundance of money and everyone's trying to buy cheap stuff, which means there's barely anything that's cheap, but not in crypto land, you know? So yeah, Donald Trump talking about this robotic stuff. Did Joe Biden actually pass away? That's just wild. They even like put that up. But yeah, none of us are surprised. I mean, you know UFOs are real. You know America's got the advanced UFO tech. Friends, remember, I literally just made a video, cracker video. My God, I love these ones, man, because they're the real. That's the juice of. This is the spirit of crypto, man. $21 trillion is missing from US government in their black budget. And then this is Catherine Fitz. She literally worked in the White House. Actually, you'd go her back in the day as well, friends. I know you let me just see if we have one of these younger photos of her. I'm trying to find it. Here she is. Look at this, friends. You'd go her. You'd go her. You know what I mean? Back in the day, you know, you would have had a swing. I think she worked with like Clinton. She worked in the White House, man. She's literally, and then, yeah, she actually came out. She did some, it's kind of funny how just how it all comes out. Yeah, but let me just give you straight the juice. You know, like, who runs the world? Who runs the world? She calls him Mr. Global. And she's been looking. Who runs the world? Who runs the world? You keep going higher up. And then it goes cold dead. And pretty much it's non-human intelligence of some sort. Okay. Now, she uses the term demonic forces, interdimensional. And that's a lot of people have described it like that. But the thing is, like, we don't know. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I know angels and demons and the biblical stuff. I know there's a lot of truth in a lot of it. It's just you and I don't know because we're monkeys in the zoo, bro. You know, for example, if you're a monkey in a zoo and, you know, like, let's say you're getting fed from the zookeeper and they just rug you with the food and they turn off the lights. You might say the zookeeper is evil. They're doing demonic because you don't understand what the hell's going on. And he doesn't explain anything to you. And by the way, you wouldn't even be able to interpret English anyway. See what I mean? And you just wake up the next day and then, like, maybe they jab a needle in you. You know what I mean? And you don't know what's going on. So you might see him as an evil. But yeah, that's just the interpretations of stuff out here. But actually, there is actual parts of it where it literally is kind of demonic. We just don't know, right? It's always this battle of yin yang. And it's literally the thing. It's just, man, it's wild, man. They've been talking about this for literally 3,000 years. And this is why we're probably going to see these, like, convergence of science and religion coming out. Because science fans, a lot of science cucks, a lot of the industry, because I always wanted, because I don't know how to deal with the physics equations, you know what I mean? All the math stuff. I don't understand because I'm like a retardio next to them. You know, I'm a retardio next to most stuff. You know what I mean? Like, just got a Pokeball here. But after some deep thinking, like I've realized, why there's a lot of flaws with science, right? Because like I say, you're making a key assumption, bro, that you're the smartest entity in the room. Yeah. Yeah, and then you're also making a key assumption that whatever you're testing can be repeated. All right? Imagine there was a little monkey scientist in the monkey zoo, you know. I literally, let's say I poop in my hand and I throw it at the monkey's face, okay? And then the next day I'll give him a banana. And then the next day I'll give him a jab. And the next day I put a bag over his head. And the next day I put another female robot monkey to mate with him. Where's the repetition of this? How's he going to explain to him? Imagine like, you see what I mean? Like, to him, it's like, what the hell's going on? You know, because I have higher intelligence than the monkey. He's literally got no idea. And monkey's got literally no way to check that my brain. He's got literally no capability. And so just like do that above us. Yeah. What if we aren't the smartest things? We definitely aren't, right? Obviously. But yeah, but even having this mindset, you're red-pilled pretty much. Or it's funny, I saw this diagram, like you're actually clear-pilled. It is what it is. Clear pill, you know. So it's kind of funny. The blue pill's at the bottom, then the red pill. Red pillers, they have this, a lot of red pillers are like, it's not okay, you know. And then there's, as you go up, you become a clear pill, which is just, it is what it is. It's kind of like, it means clear is in like everything transparent. It's kind of funny. But yeah, so if you're new to crypto, if you want to know what makes us tick, why do we say continue to hold when, you know, we're waiting for this business cycle to turn up? Because friends, we look like absolute nutcases, bro. Friends, even in PulseChain community, it's kind of funny. I love it. Like, I still see people shitting on Richard Hart, saying, Richard, you got to do more. You got to do more. You got to do this and you got to do that. And I'm just thinking like, dude, you have the biggest advantage for yourself, dude. I am literally making the highest value content in crypto for the smallest community, right? And I'm literally telling you, you're wasting your time speaking. You should literally stop speaking, okay? He doesn't actually need to do anything right now, okay? Was I not, friends? I was correct about SEC, wasn't I? I go, SEC victory is priced in. What happened? It was priced in, wasn't it? We dumped. Okay, we literally popped up, sideways, dumped down, okay? I'm telling you right now, Interpol's priced in. Okay? Richard's streaming Everyone thinks he's going to stream pretty much, okay? Even if you're streaming every day now, it wouldn't change the price, bro. There'd be a pop-up and do this by himself? No, okay? Unless he actually started pumping it himself, there would not be this effect, dude. It's the business cycle, friends. So you got to think about it like a state of mind, for example, okay? Think about it like right now, like you can think about it like your belly, you know what I mean? Right now, friends, friends, after you have a big dinner, let's say really, really, really big, and you've eaten dessert. Imagine I put a big cake in front of your face. You're going to be like, I will feel sick. I'm like, no, I don't want to look at it. I don't want to look at that cake. Okay. Because you're so full. Well, maybe we're so full right now. You know what I mean? We're so full. That's the business PMI going that's below 30. It doesn't matter what they put. We have no appetite. We literally have no appetite to eat. Eventually, though, you're going to get hungry. You just don't know when. You see, in the past, 6 months, 12 months, 10 months. Okay, we've had 30 months now. You're like, dude, this guy's about to die. We feel like, dude, we're literally about to die. They're telling me you're still not hungry. You know what I mean? Like, what did you have last night? My gosh, you haven't stopped partying with the boys. Jeez. You know what I mean? It's been 48 hours. Answer your phone. Your mum's calling you, you know? Gosh. So, eventually, though, we'll get hungry again. Eventually. And flash PMI already hit above 52. So, hopefully, the data Tuesday in Americana time comes out, but it's backward looking as well. Okay, so we're there. We're literally there. We're like, hey, how long can this patient with the boys? How long can you refrain from eating? That's what we just got to keep thinking about in our minds. That's why I'm telling you, like, you're literally complaining about Richard Hart or anything else. I promise you, bro. Even Vitalik and stuff. Okay, you are literally putting a cake in front of someone's face who literally just ate, 1 kilo of steak, and they've already had their acai, and they've already eaten their jelly beans. They're literally full. They are so full right now. Okay, there's no point. Move the cake, bro. Just move the cake. Don't bother. Some people get it, some people don't. Welcome to June. Nothing is happening. So, to continue, friends, there are $2.9 billion of token unlocks coming in June for many altcoins. Just a friendly reminder. Now, here's the thing. It looks like FUD. It's actually not, man. A lot of these people, friends, remember, everybody's offside. And they're like, everyone feels like the market owes them a lot anyway. So, but a lot of these tokens, they're released to insiders, right? And they do distribute over time. So, like Athena, for example, friends, if you're in PDI, we got StableCoin SuperCycle. So these are stuff coming out here. Yeah, there are other StableCoin stuff you can participate in, like ENA and EtherFi. But yeah, a lot of the tokens, Arthur Hayes is on the advisory board, for example. And I'll just bring one up here. Perfect example, EtherFi. This is one of the Arthur Gazer's one. See this, friends? So max supply 1 billion, circulating 327 million. So they only got 30%. So that's what they're unlocking over time. Coins like this. And of course, they just distribute like that. Like, it's literally free for them. They got it for free, dude. So they don't care. That's why Bitcoin maxis always tell you, go away. Don't run to these. But people have an appetite for these. But that's why as well, you're buying, like, every coin, you're buying someone's supply. Okay. So, but you want to think about, okay, who are you buying from? Like right now, even though there's token unlocks, if you're buying altcoins now, you're basically, so there's no free lunch, okay? If you're buying now, yes, you're buying from, I guess, insiders or people who are earlier than you, just like everything else. But you're trying to, I guess, predict if you're an altcoin, you're buying as a strong hand now. You're holding as a strong hand because you are buying before the mass horde of people come in as business cycle goes up, okay? Now, you don't know if it's ever going to go up. You don't know. But we're all skits, aren't we? So you have to believe in something. Yes? But then you also got to think about, okay, if you're buying Bitcoin, yeah, who are you buying from? You're buying from strong hands who are distributing on you, aren't you? Well, yeah. Yes, you're buying from strong hands. You're buying with the weak hands. Yeah? You're buying with the weak hands in Bitcoin. Because you're buying with people. Michael Saylor, MicroStrategy, $30 million Bitcoin conference, Andre Geek, Tiffany Fong, right? MySpace Tom comes back. Bang, 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 bang. Steve Aoki. That's who you're buying with. You want to be with that crowd? Good luck, bro. I'm just saying they got a lot of followers. Okay, so whatever they like, everyone else likes. That's it. Okay, it's not like I'm better than you. It's not about that, friends. It's capital allocation, okay? It's like, remember, your belly can only fit a certain amount of food. It can only fit a certain amount of steak and jelly beans and donuts and crispy cakes and crumpets. It can only fit a certain amount in there, right? It's not infinite. So we're trying to look at, hey, when is the patient full? That's what we're trying to look for. You know, what are signs that someone's belly is really full? Okay, how does it show itself in markets? Well, you know, it's this, for example. Like right here, friends, when you're looking at this, all of this, okay, these characters, warning, warning. So, yeah, I'm just helping you get better at the game, friends. That's all. I want to show this to you as well, baby dolls. El Salvador has added 8 Bitcoin this week. Okay, so they are still buying BTC. However, the IMF, which is, yes, IMF is on top of the Fed. If you draw a pyramid structure, just to let you know, the world pretty much is power structure, right? All the way up here, if I just show you. We'll draw it right now. So I'm going to put a pyramid inside of here. You have that pyramid, pretty much. The Bank of International Settlements, right, and the IMF, they're on top. Okay, they're all on top. And then you have US Fed, of course. US Fed owns these guys. So they're all part of the club. Right? But US Fed is just like USA. And then we're all the poopers at the bottom. All of us are pooping at the bottom. That's pretty much that structure out here. So that's also who, you know, Catherine Fitz is talking about. She worked in the White House, man. There's $21 trillion missing. So it's pretty much everything we've been talking about. CBDCs, give you the jab. You know, also, the crazy, just to let you know the jab, friends? And do you know how they spray a lot of pesticides and stuff out here? We always hear about that stuff. Like they're putting weird shit in the water and the food and everything. Well, she has concluded, she found the guy, someone out here, got to do more research, something called the Internet of Bodies. And I'm just going to read for you, this detail here. The Internet of Bodies refers to the concept of connecting human bodies to the internet via devices and sensors, creating a network of interconnected individuals and their data. Internet of Bodies. So, I mean, look at this. They're literally, this video, they're putting a chip into your head. It's from CNBC International. So it's funny. Well, that's weird. That's weird. Like CNBC is like putting stuff out here. Let's have a quick check out.
You've heard the term Internet of Things, where inanimate objects can be connected to the internet and each other. But in
oh my God, it sounds like Mr. Decentralized Me from PDI. No, sir, please.
2016, academic and author Dr. Andrea Matwishin took it one step further.
Okay, so Internet of Bodies, huh? That's weird, dude.
People and corporations, but where some see benefits, others see risks. Even the original article coining the term warned of the technology's flaws.
For one,
that's weird. It's on CNBC. Wow, man. Okay, I guess it's real then. You gotta admit, bro, that's come on, man. I just did that live. So if you're curious, friends, people have found, all right, now I've got to do more research if we come across it. You know, the jab and pesticides and all these, slowly, okay, things are being put in which basically are preparing our bodies to be like AI ready in the future, as like connect to the internet. But we don't know the scale. Like this could be a 500-year thing, you know? And it's interesting because you don't have any proof because it's like one puzzle piece and then another puzzle piece and you have no idea how it all connects. It's all these random puzzle pieces out here. But it looks like if you just like, you basically get to speculate, like why would this part be put into your body? Like, you know, I don't know exactly how it works. I'm not a biology dude, but that's pretty much what it is. Because I was always wondering, like, what are they doing in the water? What are they putting all that? Like, we've known they're lowering our testosterone over time as our civilization goes up. Our testosterone is getting lowered over time, so we're like less barbaric. Brains get bigger, just like look like the Mr. Alien dudes, right? Over I guess the next millennia. Michael Saylor, orange is my preferred color. This is where he posts. Okay, friends, he's posting on the show you quickly the picture as well. Whenever he posts this, as we know, this is I'm about to buy a Bitcoin signal. His average Bitcoin price is now $70,000, which he believes is cheap because he says it's going to 13 million, right? So he says he keep buying the top forever. So this is, man, it's crazy, man. So it's wonderful, wonderfully great for you and me. Like he's literally training the crowd to basically buy the top. That's wild, bro. It's a training of. And I always thought, man, when we're in the bear market, I was always like, man, who's going to buy at the top? I thought, how can you be psychologically programmed to pay over 100,000 for a BTC when no one wants it at 15? Like, you know what happens. You know what's going to happen. But just like, how? Now we get to see it. It's showing strength over time. It's actually everything I predicted. That's what the crowd fans, the crowd doesn't want to just, no one likes to just throw themselves in. They want to see strength. Yeah, they want to see strength. They want to see someone get attacked and then defend themselves. Attacked and then defend themselves. And then attack again. And they just charge up and power. Then they're like, wow, look how strong and powerful you are. You're like, a shield that just bounces all the bullets. That's what people want to see. That's also known as, so what I've described this qualitatively, but quantitatively, what does this look like in the data? Buying highs. That's it. Buying new highs, buying green candles, buying at the end of 3 monthly candles. Because what's the damage that is happening to the market? It's the dip buys. It's the dips. Oh, every time you go down, we go back up and make a higher high. That's what they want to buy and participate in. So Michael Saylor will keep accumulating 580,000 BTC. They're going to keep buying and buying. Also, from that Bitcoin conference, remember, there's a good chance we've now started to pop or top out the Bitcoin Treasury bubble, which we're now seeing. Because friends, this is the thing, right? If all these companies, they're all trading at a premium to the Bitcoin, to the Treasury of their Bitcoin, right? So if you're holding a Microsoft, if you're holding a company like MetaPlanet, the price of MetaPlanet is, you're paying a 400% premium of your Bitcoin. So you're basically, if you own MetaPlanet, you are buying it at a $500,000 BTC right now. So you actually, that's why I'm telling you, friends, we might not get the as high, super high Bitcoin price target as everyone thinks, because people like this, so they're pricing in the $500,000 BTC, they're pricing in other stuff. They have other vehicles now, right? That's just another thing to think about, right? But you're going to be okay. If we see Euphoria and Bitcoin's 180K at the end of the year, you're not going to be worried, right? You're going to be like, well, it is what it is. But obviously, who's going to be worried? The people buying at 100 to 200. They're not going to feel worried at that point unless it pretty much starts to roll over. Some Bitcoin ETF inflows. Check this out. Inflows versus gold, friends. So gold had minus 1.5 billion outflows in Mawai, the month. And then last month, we had 5 billion of inflows for Bitcoin. That's wild, man. So Bitcoin went up, gold went down, otherwise known as June. This is it. Bitcoin up here, 6, and gold minus 2 billion. Wow. So they really are doing the trade. So that's our bull pump juice. If we can convince, that's what they're trying to do, really convince gold holders that Bitcoin's digital gold so that they can rotate in. And we'll see about that Euphoria, right? Because if you're holding gold, that's the thing. You are a long-term punter. You're not a short-term person anyway. So, yeah, is it possible that a gold person pays $250,000 for a BTC? Sure, absolutely, because they'll be going off market caps. Because when Bitcoin is 250K, you have a 5 trillion market cap, 5, okay? But gold's like 20, okay? If I check out gold's market cap, type in gold market cap right now, you can actually go to the ranking site. Here it is, 22 trillion. 22 trillion for gold. Bitcoin's right now 2 trillion. So even if Bitcoin went to 250K, it's going to be like 10 trillion versus 22 trillion. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Something interesting that just reminds me, you never know, friends. Maybe Bitcoin goes to half of gold's market cap in this cycle, and then in next cycle, it equals gold's market cap. GCR. GCR, I still remember he believed. Someone asked him in a Discord. I'm not in GCR. If you're out there, I'm not in your Discords or anything out here. Find a way to send me a link, but I don't check my DMs. So good luck. But GCR, I don't even, he's probably disappeared. I don't know what he does now. But he believes Bitcoin's massive macro top will be when it matches the price of gold. That's what he thinks. He just believes that it'll get there, and then we'll have like a colossal bear market from that point to rinse everybody out. So we'll see. That might be the next cycle. We'll see. Today, friends, this is a quote from Paulo the Tether cuck CEO. He says the Tether USDT increased its market cap by more than $5 billion versus its main competitor in the last 30 days. 5 billion. So I have written confirming stablecoin SuperCycle even more. Okay. So I'm telling you, man, this thesis, man, just keeps appearing. Stablecoin SuperCycle, right? So, you know, there are these different vehicles to buy. You know, Athena, ENA, whatever, an XRP. Yeah, okay, man, do anything you want. All right. I'm allowed to like this one. I like this. It's like, you know, 400x now pretty much to $1 if Peter can get there. Highest upside, highest risk. Founder doesn't like it. Wink, wink, PulseChain pioneers. I like it. Lord Vitalik has said Ethereum will scale layer 1 by 10x in a year. And then it will take a breather before the next leap. So, friend, dude, this is big. And the market doesn't give a shit. They don't believe him. They don't believe him. The Ethereum, based off that, it should be trading. I'm not joking. It should be trading at $6,000 right now. Based off that statement. But the market doesn't believe you. Because now, you know, friends, little words and announcements aren't enough. You need the business cycle to basically go up and get everyone confidence that this thing is real. But no one believes it now because the ISM is low. So Ethereum scaling layer 1 by 10x within a year, bro. That's, I'm telling you, that laser, friends. Like, you don't mess with an alien, man. You just don't know what you're going to get. You're going to get one of the Nordics, reptilian, we'll see. Latest news as well. So defense tech billionaire Palmer Luckey, so this guy, check him out. Okay, this dude, never heard of him before. Okay, but he's a defense tech billionaire. Okay, he has backed a stealth stablecoin startup, Atticus, at a 2 billion valuation. So once again, your friend Sommy's stablecoin SuperCycle confirms again. Okay, it confirms again. Also, friends, on a very quick side note, when I say, just to let you know, friends, so sometimes when I say your friend Sommy and stuff out here, I'm only talking in third person. You want to know why? It's because if you know, when I do my timestamps, I don't write, or I used to write, I say this, I say that. And then I realized, what do you mean I, bro? I everyone's saying an I, so put my name. I'm thinking about it from your perspective, so when I get quoted and shared out stuff here. So when you're listening, because that's why it helps from that perspective. When I go, I'm like, who's you? You know, everyone's listening, right? That's just funny because I saw someone on Twitter speak about that. There are a lot of weirdos out here. You know, a lot of weirdos when they speak about themselves in the third person, like, yes, you know, Mr. Jordan would not like to talk like that. You know what I mean? You know, all those weirdos. But I just want to, there's a reason why your friend Tommy, I do that. You know, it's for you when you're reading and stuff out here. Because you forget, man, when you're going through content and stuff out here, like, you know what I mean? Like, who, bro? Just say the name. Because just your brain's trying to, like, you know, compute thousands of things at once. So making your life easier every step of the way. Okay, an Indian company, Jet King, boosts its Bitcoin treasury to 21 BTC. Now worth 1.6 million. Yes, just 21 BTC. But I wanted to share that here with you because we're seeing this is newsworthy. Friends, I'm just telling you, like, is this not big? This is Bitcoin treasury bubble stuff. Okay, we're in a bubble of it. Just like the grayscale bubble, right? Remember, with the Bitcoin treasury bubble, another thing to think about, okay? Like Metaplanet, it's literally trading at 5x its Bitcoin. So it's Bitcoin. So basically, if you own a share of Metaplanet, I'll show you now. Here it is, okay? It's trading at $1,067. Okay, that's Metaplanet right here. Let's move the super trend, just hide it. Yeah, so Metaplanet is trading at $1,067. So if you own this share, Metaplanet, and you are in Japan, hi, konnichiwa, you're about to get wrecked somewhere. I'm just saying, if you own this share, you should be selling. You're selling, like, okay, if you really love Bitcoin on a treasury sheet, okay, sell the 5x premium here. So this is a 500k BTC right now, okay, treasury. So you should be selling Metaplanet, and if you really like it, go buy another company that's trading at near $1 or $1.50 if you really want that. To be honest, you shouldn't be touching it at all because you're buying another premium. You want to buy discounts. Why are you buying premiums? So that's what you should be doing, right? You get what I mean? Like, you're selling the 5, go buy the 1.5. You know, because then you earn more Bitcoin per share. You're moving into a higher multiple. Like, I don't know what MicroStrategy's trading at, but like, I wouldn't touch that either because they're all high. It's just that Meta Planet like won the this event. I hope you're noticing now. This is how everybody gets into trouble. So everybody in this shares world playing this dog poop of the Bitcoin Treasury bubble, they might be rotating to other companies. When no, what they're doing is they're staying in the casino too long. You get it? That's how everybody gets wrecked at the end of altcoins. Sound familiar? Just keep rotating altcoins. There's another thing, but they're all around the top. So that's what might happen to the end of our alt seasons. At the very end, people are rotating and rotating, you know? Hopefully those rotations from layer 2s. Oh, now we got to get into PulseChain. Oh, no. And what about Justin Sun? He's doing some sort of stimulus there. Oh, and some other new hype exchange comes. You know what I mean? Like, that's pretty much it. And then because people, how does that happen? Okay. People who did not hold the whole way, they've been trading and they're getting FOMO and they're seeing screenshots of $2 million P&Ls and this guy turned 10 grand into $1 million. And then like this guy's, you know, someone out there has been trading and they're making money, but not much. Like they've turned like maybe 10 grand into 37, but they haven't turned it into like, you know, 3.7 million like that other guy. So they got to keep trading. They're looking for the next 50x, 20x, where they've got to get in. And new people are coming in who've never made money at all. And there's that final burst. You see that and everybody's just going skits and maniac level stuff going on. So yeah, the guy, girl, pup or squirrel who's just buying and holding and you just get in cleanly, you win because that's your edge. You played your whole edge and you win. That's how it happens. Also, friends, Chainlink have announced more integrations here for adoption. The thing is, though, nobody gives a shit. Yay, adoption, 8 integrations, no one cares because the price is low. Just like everything else, nothing's moving. My friend Josh, I'm betting on a 6-year cycle, sir. You never know. Might actually happen when it comes to these. Now, where are we going to go from here? All eyes are on ETH. Honestly, friends, I love these candles. I love these candles. They remind me of Bitcoin candles, this structure back in 2019, right before it did its Ponzi token pump. What I'll do is now, I actually go back. I will show you Bitcoin around it. I don't know why I remember it. It reminds me of it. Here it is. Man, I'm a freak. I'm a freak. How do I know this? My gosh, friends. I'm just here too much, dude. Literally 18 hours. How did I know that? I knew that exact structure. Man, because I lived through this. I knew this. By the way, you want to know what's curious? You know, Binance got hacked here. Yeah, Binance got hacked. They lost 2% of their Bitcoin supply. Their hot wallet got hacked. And then guess what? Everybody kept shorting and fighting the tape. Remember, Matt? We were shorting it. We were looking for short scalps. So like Binance got hacked. But Bitcoin wouldn't go down anymore. It was down here. And then I go to sleep or wake up. Bitcoin's crashing through the highs. And I'm like in shock. And that's why we're looking for long scalps or just trying to play the game, play the range. It was kind of funny, man. Just watching this. I just want to take you back to it, friends. It's just, I want to show you. Let's actually go back. Just show you, like, that's why, man, just stick to your games, friends. Like, just see, most people, they're just not going to make it because that stuff blows their minds too much. So I can get it right here. There it is. There it is. Look at that. Oh no, Binance got hacked. No one cares. And then look at this. It just dies. Right? Beep, beep. And then everyone thought, okay, now we're going to crash down and eat this week. Look what ends up happening. We just do the walk up of doom. The walk up of doom. Okay. That might be what's happening to Ethereum right now. Right? It could be like literally occurring right now. So hopefully we do get to close that CME gap for ETH 3,200 business PMI. We'll see. Like, subscribe, belly button and all. Catch you soon.